Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Soup. Today I have with me, first time in a long time, Bianca.
Hey, what's up, player haters?
It's still my number and my most frequent guest, despite not being on for a while.
It's true.
Hey, no one's even reached the 90s yet. But yeah, this one we're going over. We recorded this months ago, but unfortunately it was when I was at my parents' house, so Ruby royally barked. If you think it's been bad when I've had it with Raymond, no. This was, do you remember how bad it was? It was just
It was
so,
really bad.
yeah, we could barely get through it. I eventually decided, I can't do it. I can't use it. It's too annoying and I can't trim everything out.
It was so much barking, so much kissing. It was everything.
Dog kissing. But yeah, we're going over all three of the Spawn Batman comics.
Yee.
So yeah, starting with the first one, the Frank Miller, and written by Frank Miller, drawn by Todd McFarlane, and it's set in the Dark Knight Returns universe. But first of all, but it's also canon with Spawn itself, because that's something some of the Image guys would do. They would have some of in their books, even if they cross over with others, they would still say, even if it's not canon there, it's canon for me.
That happens, yes.
Yep. So let's just look at this cover. It's clearly homage to the Dark Knight Returns cover.
Yes. We love homages, unless we don't. Never mind.
Yep. It says here, Spawn versus Batman is a companion piece to the DC Comics The Dark Knight Returns. It does not represent current DC continuity. Yeah, given what we get it here for good reason, because this is where we start to slowly get the crazy Steve version of Batman that Frank would utilize. So yeah, we open up with, Cold Night. A lot of pontificating. I am not going to read every one of these. I am not. That's one thing with Frank is he can be very wordy. Right, unless you want me to read these. You want me to read them all?
We can skip through a little bit.
Okay. But yeah, apparently Batman got shot at one point. And just look at the shadow effects on him. Yeah, blood surging from heart to shoulder and streaming hotly down his arm. Not a moment spent acknowledging the pain. Not a moment wasted. Batman, protector, avenger, detective, champion, punks. You're lucky I went so easy on you. The Knight's foes are left beat behind him, broken things. But the true horror lies ahead. Weapons sold by agents of a fallen dictatorship to Gotham street gangs. Weapons built for a war that never happened. Guns, grenade, rocket launchers, and strange high-tech devices that hint at the smaller horrors that would have followed the nuclear nightmare. A pair of battle gloves humming with the promise of power. Basically, this is meant, and if you take this, it is canon with Dark Knight. This is where he got his big gloves that he would use for his power suit against Superman.
Woof.
And then a sudden hiss, not human. Ah! Gah! The robot pauses, stupid as it is lethal, thinking Batman is dead. Not human. No chance against this thing. No chance unless move slowly. Stay conscious. Ignore the pain. Stay conscious. The gloves, the humming with the promise of power. No time to study them. Just put them on and pray the Soviet slave who made them knew what he was doing. Neural enhances and lock. A sudden surge of superhuman strength, an almost dizzying wave of confidence as the robot hunches, taking aim, building a charge that could blast Batman to dust. No hesitation since year one, Batman has known when there is no defense, attack! The robot staggers, confused. A visor shatters, the sound almost pretty, revealing something warm and soft and frightened inside. At least part of this thing is human. What? Where am I? Frightened, confused, but still moving for the kill. A cyborg of some kind. Its human part depraved of will. Stop it. Disable it. Don't kill it. I don't know where I am. It's like wrestling a jackhammer. I don't know where I am. Get inside. Get past it. to him. I can't feel my arms. English. He's speaking English, not Russian. English with an American accent, a Brooklyn accent. What is going on here? And now it shudders and stops. Batman is won, but the air goes hot and strident, and a strident signal brings a ringing to Batman's ears. I can't feel my legs. A self-destruct sequence. Self-destruct sequence. Free what's human. Saving his life may still be possible. I can't feel anything. I can't. Gah! Then the earth trembles and the air turns to fire. Moves once a man is only a piece of evidence. And it came as no surprise that Dr. Margaret Love, founder and president of Heals the World, was awarded the Lampierre Prize for Humanitarian Achievement. And our work has only begun, said Dr. Love. I accept this honor, not in my own name, but on behalf of the thousands of caring and sharing volunteers who have brought the reward of self-actualization, empowerment, and attitude adjustment to the disenfranchised of our troubled planet. A damp place where sounds echo upward till they are lost in the endless darkness. The Batcave. I took the liberty of preparing herb tea for you, Master Bruce. It's chamomile, the tea, that is, utterly renowned for relieving stress in vigilantes suffering from obsessive disorder. Not right now, Alfred. Just patch up my shoulder. The blood's getting in my way. Very good, Sue. But you might consider removing your cowl so as to facilitate my efforts. After all, no need to conceal your identity here. Sometimes I'm more comfortable with the mask on. No fingers, so no fingerprints. But he's still got his teeth. Scanning for dental records. Match up. Here we go. Really, sir? The tea. About the tea, I mean. The answer's got to be New York. Louise Box, age 42, vagrant, acute alcoholic. Last seen 42nd Street Mission, mid-Manhattan, presumed dead. What's the brain of a New York bum doing inside of a Soviet cyborg? One severed head is as good as the next, isn't it? Pity. Oh, that's what he goes. About the tea. The answer's got to be New York. They say chamomile, it's sure to prevent nightmares, even the self-inflicted variety. I don't get nightmares. I give them. No need for punchlines, sir. You're among friends. Put this on ice. These gloves go in the vault. Be careful with them. As you wish, sir. A pleasure speaking with you, as always. The hunt begins. But very soon, a woman's scream splits the night. Okay, that artwork is awesome. Just look at that cape.
Right? I love the cape.
And Batman remembers a little boy who watched the horror and disbelief as a mugger's bullet tore through the flesh and bone of Thomas and Martha Wayne. And he knows the hunt must wait, if only for a moment. As Heal the World's pilot program provides New York's homeless not just with food and shelter, but with hope for a better life through the wonders of attitude adjustment and social realignment. Reports are flooding our desks from throughout Midtown of muggers stopped cold in their tracks, of innocent near victims rescued by a shadowy savior. Could it be that a certain Cape Crusader has come to the Big Apple? I had it all, and I forsake the materialism of our age and found spiritual enlightenment. Pass that bottle, will ya? Among the dregs of humanity, Batman listens for any scant clue. Mostly he hears sob stories and outright nonsense. I saw it, man. There was Al, a hole right through him, still standing there like he didn't notice. Next thing I knew, the other guy was toast. But now and then he hears a legend of one of their own named Al, a bum possessed with magic powers. Nonsense, he thinks. But Batman is wrong. Another night creature, glides through Manhattan's concrete canyons on a quest of his own. He is a dead man brought to wretched life, a slave of hell who seeks redemption, and some of his friends are missing. Spawn. Not far away. Couple of sick jerks out for what sick jerks call a good time. I'm going to do it, Gorky. I'm going to do it. Do it, man. Do it. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Do it, man. Look at him wake. And doesn't even wake. And look at him. Doesn't even wake up. Gallon of gasoline on him and he doesn't even wake up. Do it, man. Give me a match. When you see what in this, he'll be hopping. Give me a match. Do it, man. I'm doing it. Hey, fire can't do that. Coming after us. It's coming after us. Ah! And And it's weird, man. Magic or something. Boop, boop. Yes, magic. Magic brewed in the depths of hell, which is where you two are going. Unless you give me a damn good reason not to send you there. Dust this and this freak, Corky. I said dust him, man. Do it. You're being stupid. Like I said, stupid. Seriously, Keith David is perfect for Spawn. Every time I read it, I'm always hearing his voice. Of course, Keith David.
It's true. I love Keith David. He's so good.
Oh, and did you been playing MK11? How many times have you been playing as Spawn?
None.
You should.
I will. I definitely will.
When you meet Satan, say hello for me. A tiny burst of hellborn power squandered to spawn a fit of peak. But to the eyes of this late-coming witness, a wanton act of murder. You must be Al. There's one good thing about murderers. You don't feel bad about taking a cheap shot at them. Like getting good momentum from a 30-foot drop and driving your heels into the murderer's kidneys. Shouldn't cause too much damage. 6 months in the hospital and he'll be ready to face the judge. This is my turf, Batman. Back off. Impossible. This Al. He should be just this side of crippled. But he pivots expertly, delivering a kick of his own that makes all the air leave Batman in a rush. Keep him off balance. Don't bother to catch your breath. Press the attack. It's like punching a brick wall, like kicking a slab of granite. Yet still he hisses like a man. Al does. He breathes like a man. What is he made of? Al could take punishment of the superhuman variety. No reason to be nice. Batman aims for 3 wounds. The result should be just short of lethal. Knock it off, Batman. I'm not in the mood, and I don't have the time. Got time for this, punk? Another kick at that slab of granite. The spine of a man would shatter, but he isn't even breathing hard. Breathing, that is. As on whatever he is, he still breathes. He still needs to breathe. Get some distance. There's a reason you carry your utility belt, you idiot. Batman tells himself, use it. Give the man some nerve gas. Enough to make a mop take a nap. It seems to slow him down. Seems to soften him up. Had enough? In your dreams. It feels like cheating, thinks Spawn. It is cheating. Using the magic to make himself strong, to beat the crap out of Batman. I'm overpowered, Batman realizes. It's retreat or die. And if I'm dead, he tells himself, I'm no use to anybody. And don't come back. And don't you come back here. You got your turf, and I got mine. I'll be back, all right. You little punk. Count your blessings. I say you got off easy. Showed him. Jeez, that gas. What was in it? Spawn and relaxes his magic and his stomach. It's worse when you haven't eaten. It takes that much longer to convince the old gag reflex that there's nothing left to puke. Batman gets 10 blocks before his knees give out. He spends the next few minutes teaching himself how to breathe without coughing. Then he goes to work on his right arm, fitting it back into its socket when he twists himself around until the bones of his spine are a bit less tangled. All this is very painful, which is good. It keeps his mind off the humiliation. The punk was holding back. Meanwhile, the building is old and crumbling. The door looks like it would break if you leaned against it. But once you scrape off the fake rust, the lock is a brand new Pataki, state-of-the-art security. For a mission, back when he was a soldier, back when he was alive, Al Simmons could pick one of these beauties in 10 seconds flat. Now it takes him 12. A junkie named Silvio led Spawn here. He seemed to know something. He said, you could check in, said Silvio, but you can't check out. Whatever this place is, it's built for more than feeding people. Behind them, oiled servers were almost silent. Another precious little piece of hell released, wasted. Better to use the weapon at hand. From the wreckage, something living. What? And Chuck, I don't know where I am. Chuck, what the hell? Who did this to you, pal? I don't know who I am. The last moving piece of the robot staggers into a wall. Circuits hum to life. My dear and dear friend, you've worked so very hard all these months. I'm so very proud of you. You are ready now for the final stage of your rehabilitation. I can't feel my arms. Perhaps and prepared to shed your poisoned body and become perfect servants of society, free from guilt and pain, free from choice. Voice is like music, hypnotizing. Then, like a thunderclap, a fragment of memory, the memory of Al Simmons, soldier, on some ghastly foreign battlefield. She was smiling. Men screamed and died, and she was smiling. I can't feel my legs. And now here, her sick experiments continue. The hell power surges, begging for release. Spawn does not fight it. Pug was holding back. Humiliating. Don't dwell on it. Patch yourself up. You'll be ready when duty calls. A strange sight. The bat signal over the skyline of Manhattan. A strange sight, but a welcome one. If Batman is still in pain, he does not know it. A makeshift bat signal. A plea for help from an exquisite angel of mercy. His head almost spins looking at her, listening to her. Were he not what he is and what he is, he would call it a feeling desire. But he is what he is. A security camera spotted the thing that did this, Batman. It was all red cape and chains. It reduced my beautiful mission to rubble. And now I fear it will do worse. Tonight, a fundraiser aboard the Heal the World ship. It's rumored the president may attend. If anything should happen, oh, Batman, all of my dreams are in your hand. But he will be stopped, Doctor. He won't get anywhere near your ship. Punk was holding back. Batman has to even the odds. A phone call to Alfred, and 2 hours later, a package, and Batman is ready. In the filthy alley, Spawn calls home. Batman's nerve gas proved to be the gift that keeps on giving. That's right, just let it out. Don't fight it. It's the only way. Roared. Count your blessings, Al. The rest of us feel like that every day. Yeah, I guess you do. The creep who did this to me. Batman. If he's not an idiot, he's learned his lesson. Batman, right. You tell the best stories, Al. It's not just a story. It was Batman. If he's working for Nadia Baladova or Margaret Love, as she's calling herself, then he's not the hero everybody says he is. Kind of like Elsewhere and Elseworlds, huh? What are you talking about, Mick? Hey, look. And I'll do to him what I'll do to her. Al, maybe you ought to turn around. Whoosh. The power of the gloves. It streams through Batman. He can laugh at wounds that just hours ago left him helpless. And more delightful of all, he faces an opponent who can take a world of punishment. No need for the usual restraints. Idiot. You're an idiot. I'll tear you apart in your dreams. Back when he was a soldier, back when he was alive, Al Simmons didn't need magic. And now with a little magic to spare, he fights the way he was trained to fight. Dirty. I'll break you in half. I'll break you in half. Sloppy fighter, stupid fighter, no discipline. Talking trash. You're talking trash. It won't help you. No discipline. Stupid fighter, stupid punk. Had it. You've had it. You're done. Just warm me up, you stupid punk. Bam, 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 bam. Give it up, punk. You're finished. Just look at you. You're finished. Look at you. You can't even get up. You're the one who's finished. I'll rip you to pieces, undisciplined slob. Catch my breath. Just catch my breath, and I'll break you in half. And just when they've beaten each other nearly senseless, the alley shudders. Cyborg mind slaves sent by Margaret Love to make sure there aren't any loose ends. She can't be exposed, and she can't be stopped. If Batman and Spawn are dead, they can't get up. They can't fight. Batman's jaw shatters like glass. Cold steel lances him. An artery bursts, a mortal wound. As Batman feels a final coldness fill him and hears the wet sound of what they do to him, Jesus, they're killing him. Christ, they're killing him. Spawn reaches deep within himself to find the strength to stay conscious, to find the will to rise, and he reaches all the way to hell to find the power. And I hope you appreciate this, Batman. Stupid punk, undisciplined. You're not making sense. You're in shock. It looks really bad. Magic tricks, no way to fight, no discipline. His heart stops. There's almost no blood left in him. It would take a miracle to save him, as he uses his magic to fix him. What are you doing? Saving your life and dropping in for a visit. Get out of my head. Hear that, Batman? That's your heartbeat. You didn't have one for a while there. You're welcome. Get out of my head, you twit. I could do that, but then I'd just have to beat the crap out of you all over again. You didn't beat anybody, you punk. You were on the ropes. You were fishing. Finish. Man, I flattened your ass. I only let up out of pity. Stray cat would have given me more trouble than you did. At least I could keep my dinner down. Okay, you made me puke. I'll give you that. Big deal. Get out of my head. No, not until we've had a little chat. And swapped a few stories. Traded a few pieces of each other. Murderer. You're a murderer. 100 times over. You're detestable. I was a soldier. I fought and I died. I wasn't some rich kid with a hang-up about bats. A soldier facing bullets. Bullets. Your parents. Get out of my head. Not until you know. Look at her, Batman. Listen to the soldiers. Gibber like idiots and scream and die. That's Margaret Love and her damn mind experiments. She smiled, damn her. She smiled. Do you get it now? Yes. I mean, I know you're a little sick, but do you understand what she is and what we have to do? Yes. Now get out of my head, you twit. And nothing I'd rather do. Not a very nice place. You ever thought about getting help? There's one thing I can't stand. It's a dead punk that won't shut up. We've got work to do. Let's go. Look at that.
Love it.
And distinguished colleagues, honored guests, my dear friends, God bless you all. Meanwhile, the president didn't come to the fundraiser, but everyone else who's anybody did. So basically then she's still giving a speech. When I was just a little girl, I saw the sadness and suffering around me, and I decided to dedicate every hour of my life to healing the pain of our troubled planet. As years passed, an aching emptiness filled my soul, a vast hopelessness and hopeless black hole. For every mouth we feed, there are a million still hungry. For every mind we turn to love and joy, there were nations of slaves and bigotry and hatred. It all seemed pointless, impossible. Truly, how can anyone heal the world? Then one day, an epiphany, like a lightning bolt, it struck me. All the confusions and complications fell away. It's so simple, so obvious. The problem is people. People. Sweating, farting, meat-eating, land-destroying, cruel, stupid, murderous people. People sprawling across the planet, cluttering its natural perfection with endless flesh, countless factories and diners and mini-malls and toxic waste dumps and concentration camps. People committing endless horrors, ruining everything. The problem is people. We stand at the brink of a great destiny, my friend. We have a glorious opportunity to usher in a new world, a world free of pain and free and fear and war and crime and all other evils of human willfulness. And all it will take is a war that will grow and grow until the fire is everywhere. Then, when the fires have died, our historic work will truly begin. Using a trinity of methods, therapy, technology, and force, we will offer freedom from choice to every living soul. We will free the world. We will heal the world. She nuts! She nuts!
She's crazy.
Move it, Batman. You're taking too long with the guard. What the devil are you doing back in my head? I thought we should coordinate our efforts, and this seemed like the best way. Just follow my lead, boy. I've been at it a few years longer than you have, and I'm a whole lot smarter than you. From any indications, you're dumber than Clark. Who's Clark? None of your business. Right, we're through the hall. No thanks to you. You're a blunt instrument, kid. So go ahead, kick up all the noise you want. Though it's a wonder you can even move with all those stupid chains. That was a cheap shot, man. You make noise, I'll do the real work. Jesus, look at all this shit. It could level a continent. Just smash cyborgs and shut up. I'll do the thinking here. This is a damn arsenal. There's even nukes. She's out to kill everybody. Oh, great. Perfect. That was an expert, boy. You were a soldier. You should have known that explosives tend to blow up if you're not careful with them. You be careful, old man. And you be nice and sweet and careful. That woman's out to end everything. And I'm stopping her, and I don't care if it kills me over and over again to do it. No, you fool. She doesn't have to die. Why not? Batman has no answer. He moves towards the dying woman, hearing her last pathetic gasp, not realizing until it's far too late. My dreams, all my dreams, a better world, a paradise. That she has one last option left to her, this mad woman. One last weapon, an all weapon, a final weapon. A nuke heading straight for the center of town. Do something, you twit. Bailing you out, and I've got to put up with this abuse. Hold on under your guts, Bat Boy. This is gonna suck. The surge of hell power, teleportation. It's the worst. Batman Spawn are ripped to atoms, shredded, rebuilt, and regurgitated from the ether to the side of a speeding Soviet missile that promises the deaths of all New York's millions. Batman's hands stop shaking. They have to. His mind clears. It has to. It's a mess. Redundant circuitry. Watch it. I know this bottle. That's not a redundancy. It's a trick. Touch it wrong and everybody dies. I won't touch it wrong. And don't touch, and you touch my cape ever. Nobody touches my cape. Genius at work. A mind so brilliant, it might have revolutionized the field of physics. Hands so skillful, they could have served a concert pianist or a safecracker. Batman, detective, vigilante, savior. That's it. It's dead. Get us out of here. Al, get us out of here. Harmless now. The missile cuts the water of the East River. The city is saved. Another round of agony and nausea. Your methods are revolting. Your disrespect for human life is detestable. Your lack of discipline is nothing short of an embarrassment. It's embarrassing. We'll meet again. You better hope we don't. I could have you for breakfast. And if you step on my turf again, I will. I don't have the power at hand to bring you down right now, boy, but I'll get it, and we'll meet again. Would you just knock it off just for 1 second? You and me, we just saved the whole city, maybe the whole world. When the chips were down and we wound up on the same team, and neither of us could have pulled this off alone. What do you say? And what do you say we just buried a hatchet? Bury this, chink! And that would scar Spawn going forward to the point where he would have shoelaces sewing up the front of his face, that when you see this version of his face, it's still there.
My goodness.
So what'd you think of that one?
That one was enjoyable. Batman is so mean, though.
It's the Dark Knight Returns Batman. He was always an ass.
I know, right? He's like, shut up, you twit. And I'm like, bro, can you chill?
I know. It's
chill.
like, I mean, Spawn was the more sane one.
Right?
What does that say? That Spawn was the sane one. All right, I just want to show something quickly because I realize there's the recomic stuff is still here, so I want to show that I still have the actual issue. All three of them.
Nice. I have 2 out of the 3.
Which ones do you have?
Not the new one that came out.
Not this one?
No.
Just these 2?
Yeah.
Do you have them individually or in the trade?
Individually?
All right. Just asking. Because there are 2 versions of the trade. There's the trade with just the first 2, and then there's a trade with all 3.
Oh.
Yeah, here's the next one. Batman Spawn War Devil. This one's all 3 of the then main writers of Batman. Doug Mowick, Chuck Dixon, and Alan Grant, with artwork by Klaus Janson. Basically, this ties into one of the first American colonies, the Roanoke Island colonies, where Virginia Dare was born, the first child, but they mysteriously then vanished. And no one knows what happened to them. But yeah, things, and they play that up actually about this. Although now they're basically, this is trying to claim, because you have the Croatian, that was a word that was written on a tree. But of course, they're basically claiming here, if you look at it, there's a pentagram around the town.
It's all Robert's fault. He did it.
Me? Why would I have anything to do with a pentagram?
Because it's written all over your face. Of course you would have something to do with a pentagram. It was you all along. Scooby-Doo gang, get him.
Scooby Snacks, go get him! Or something you're loving him doing.
No! This is the boost.
Anyway, Gotham now. I'm telling you, Malone, no one's seen Virgil Dare in 3 months. And considering the big time and the big time apes he's been hanging with, I don't want to see him. Thing is, pal, I'm also working for those self-same apes. You are? Matter of fact, I just came here from them giving me something for Virgil. Hey, I told you, Matches. I ain't involved in whatever he's been, buddy, for certain services rendered. And if all Virgil's any kind of grateful guy, I could tell him you sent me. Well, last I knew Matches. He was living above the immigration office on 4th and Keel. Thanks, pal. Can't predict Virgil Dare, but I sure am a grateful guy, especially since Dare is my only lead to the big-time apes I've been trying to pin down for weeks. Don't know what they're planning, but their shipment of explosives I stopped could mean it involves terrorism. And it definitely involves real estate, once owned by Bruce Wayne. Bombs and buildings, a bad combination. If ever the twain were permitted to meet, an alley of lost souls, and ripping wind, an alley filled with life, yet utterly empty, invisible souls, alone in number, and no soul here or anywhere else in the world is more lost and lonely than mine. Lost, lonely, damned by a dealing of my own making. If only I could strip away everything I've become, all the false, gaudy colors and awesome power, blow it all back to hell, find my real face, put it back on, and hide behind it forever. Here he comes, heading for his car, and it's just a bit late for a mere drive in the park. But where is he going? The explosives I see came from a ship that was paying off the harbor patrol for years. I have to assume other shipments got through, but for what purpose in Gotham? Maybe Dare's about to lead me to the answer. Leaving his car now. Time to follow more discreetly and from the vantage of a bat. Here, Gotham Tower, the posthumously completed legacy of Simon Vesper, a dead man's dream. It wind's harder, blowing nasty now. This building, I know it. Memories again, blasting through me in sharp fragments, jagged pieces of my past, flashes from another life. This is your target, Colonel Simmons, a Gotham man named Simon Vesper. Bits and pieces, some seen and hardly only dimly. Involved with the organization and crooked construction. Just begun working on this building. We don't want it finished. Others much more vividly. Why did I kill Vesper? What was I doing back then? Back when I was still Colonel Al Simmons. Some sort of hitman, a contract killer. But for whom and why? Gotham. Maybe there's another piece in Gotham. You all got the explosives in place? Everything's set, Mr. Deere. Here, those creeps across the water are paying us big to make the World Trade Center look like a firecracker, and we don't want to disappoint them. Ouch! Sorry when you mentioned the World Trade Center and blowing it up. And we want bombs, not fizzles. That shipment we lost was nothing but overkill, Mr. Dare. We already had more than enough bang for their bucks. All right, then. Let's just run through it one more time. I follow Virgil Dare, and I find the ghost of Simon Vesper. I'm plunging me back into a case that's haunted me for 6 years. I was trying to get a line on Vesper's involvement with crooked construction deals, possibly the mob. Followed him to the very site, just in time to see his head disintegrate. Vesper toppled out of sight as the assassin moved far and moved fast. But even had he not been a professional, he was too far away. I knew even before I moved that he was gone. What I did not expect was to find Vesper gone as well. A mystery 6 years old. Who killed Simon Vesper? What happened to the body? And now, how is it all connected to? Virgil Dare, what are you doing? What the? Exactly who are you working for? And why did they purchase buildings from Wayne Corp? And seems we got a trespasser, boys. Evict him! Pam! All right, I've been working for Simon Vesper. Nothing illegal about it. Vesper's dead. Hey, without a body, he ain't nothing but missing. Besides, he left detailed instructions in the event of his death or disappearance. A regular 6-year plan, which ends with the opening of this building, the realization of his dream. I've been working with his organization to make that dream come true, and it's about to happen. Vesper's organization is dirty. Always has been. You got nothing on him, and nothing on me either. You want to take me in? Let's hear the charges. Otherwise, get out of here before I press charges on trespass and assault on our security people. You win, Dare, but only for now. I'll be back. Strange to be back in the city on a mission much clearer than my first. Other than finding Gotham Tower, I didn't even know what to do. But there's evil here. I can feel it. Powerful and poised to work its way. Potter's Field. A skeleton comes up, moving around, and it's Vesper, back from the dead. Miraculously reappearing just in time for tonight's opening ceremony at Gotham Tower is the sixth-year project's founder, Simon Vesper. Vesper's return seemingly from the dead on the eve of his building's completion is strikingly coincidental, inasmuch as he disappeared shortly after the groundbreaking ceremony for the very same building. Indeed, but where has he been for the intervening 6 years? The tower's the key. I'll find the answer there. Vesper, the man I killed, alive again? And the evil, whatever it is, whatever wants, is in the tower. And can't tell you how glad we are to have you back, Mr. Vesper, but we're going all the way down to the basement? In a design of this magnitude, Mr. Dare, the foundation is crucial. And you want to expect it, huh? But do you really need me? Not at all. Just your blood. Shank! Painting the center of all the very nexus of the power. Be honored, Virgil Dare. You are the first in the coming new world, but just the first. The tower's all a well of darkness, as though it was designed to be part of this riddle. Everything about Vesper is a mystery. No one is as secretive and reclusive as he is without a big secret to hide. I can certainly attest to that. This building's grand opening is only a short time away, and yet it seems unfinished. Almost a shell, as if, God, blood all over. Looks like a slaughterhouse. Whatever is due to start here has already begun. A bloody thumbprint on the basement button. Somebody went down. Virgil Dare. This place resonates. Corruption and cess. Pure evil. And I'm a part of it. This structure is built on blood-soaked ground. Blood split by the hateful bastard. So more than fragments. Memory on me. So more than fragments, memories drew me here. Another one of the damn called this place home. Don't believe in coincidences. Not a bit of use for them. Everything's inevitable. I knew this was mob related, maybe terrorist, but a demonic symbol painted in blood. Poor Dare. He was a lowlife, but he didn't deserve that. The cult angle puts a whole new and ugly spin on this thing. Not sure what and why to jump. Are you here on your own? What is it you want from me? So he sent another one of you losers. Huh. You want my heart, my soul? Spit it out. I'm tired of the games. I don't know what the devil you're talking about. Is that supposed to be a joke? What part of hell did you come from? You talk like we've met before. I've met your kind. He sent legions of them. I'm tired of the tests and the taunts. When you see him, you tell him you failed. Tell him he's going to have to send someone tougher next time. You're still here? Where did you expect me to go? This never happened before. My powers fail me. Is that Vino Slimord setting me up for the final act? Or does this new contender possess a talent I'm unaware of? I don't know who you are. Blood. I taste blood. My blood. Or who you think I am. Paid. Real paid. But this is my city. I'm getting the living crap beat out of me. And you're going to tell me what's going on. And I feel alive. As soon as I back off, I feel the power surge for me again. This guy's human. Whatever he is, he's no enemy of mine. Why are you in Gotham? And how soon are you leaving? No, you're new at this, aren't you? You don't know how close you came. Why are you in Gotham? How soon are you leaving? The costume, the damn suit held me back. It's a living thing, got a mind of its own. Simon Vesper. I'm here for him. This building reeks of him and his power. This building is definitely a mystery. Vesper's dream project, and yet it's nothing but a shell. And then there's the electrical generators in the basement, big enough to power half of Gotham's downtown. And the pentagram. Pentagram? Painted in blood. I've got an idea you know something about that. What do I call you? You can call me Al. And you are? Batman. You wanted to know when we got your stuff loaded into your properties. And no need to be so circumspect. This is a scramble line. No one can hear us. Well, the thing is that you got us to rig these buildings. Nobody's going to buy them as accidents, Mr. Vesper. I mean, 7 fires all at the same time, and with the explosives and incendiaries, you're going to be able to set these fires from space. Well, this is arson, and it's going to look like it. You're going to take the heat from the authorities. There's only one authority I abide by. You've done your work, and you've been paid. What a delightful image you inspire. Be gone. Man, that guy gives me the creeps. Authorities. I do not need the warnings of that insect. No force on Earth can stand against me now. I brought you 100 souls once. Now I bring you 1,000-fold more. 100,000 recruits to swell the ranks of your army. Perhaps then you will give me the respect I deserve. And on the day of reckoning, I will receive my due. My own corner of hell. Then finally I will have my home. Finally, my own space. Maybe there's a clue in the position of the building that Vesper's company has recently purchased. The Varus Center on the South Grand. The presidential off the Van Spring. Eek! That's a signal from my mainframe. It's done conducting its search. You have a computer in there? No. I'm linked to my main database by microwave. I keep the mainframe somewhere safe. Keep looking for the addresses I've listed. There has to be a reason why Vesper chose those lots. I thought I remembered correctly. Something in Croatoan. Say what? The only clue in America's oldest mystery. The disappearance of the Roanoke colony. The word was carved high on a tree. A nonsense word. What's the connection? It was written in blood on the wall of the tower's basement. The same blood used to draw the pentagram. Just part of a grisly joke. Or a name. Someone signing his work. Impossible. The Roanoke colony disappeared over 40 years ago. Any luck with the map? Look familiar? Input, output, DOS and RAM. Incantations or computer A's. Every age has its dark magic. What's the difference between a curse and cursor? Each has the power to reach out and ravage lives. Daniel, Sector 25's gone out. Cool your pipes, Larry. We'll have a look. There's backups, you know. Now Sector 30 and 18. We're blowing out by grids. Sector 9 just blew. Everything west of Monarch is a blackout. Damn, this can't be happening. There's a fail-safe redundant system. Yeah, well, you got a total blackout going on, Daniels. Got some power and light. It's off the line. The city's gone dark. Vesper and would shun the light, Batman. He'd work best in shadows. So do I. But he's not shunning the light. He's hoarding it. Gotham Tower looks like a Christmas tree. Then why the darkness? Just a coincidence? No such thing as coincidence. It's not the lights that went out. It's the lights that are on. The generators in the tower's basement. Vesper's painting his pentagrams in light and fire. My God. Most of the city's dark as sin, while the rest is burning. What the hell is going on? It's beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present our host, that visionary and genius, that architect for humanity and loyal Gothamite, Mr. Simon Vesper. I want to thank you all to the crowning creation of my dream for the city. And more than that, I want to welcome you to a new Gotham. Indeed, a new world. And you, honored guest, shall be the very heart of it, on the ground floor, as it were. And you will not be alone, for I invited our special guests, who will be arriving here later. They are a part of an underclass, long ignored by your charity and concerns. They are not the disease. They are past that. They are not the homeless, for they have homes. They'll join us soon, and we'll join them, and we shall be brother and sister under one banner. And we shall carry Gotham into a new age. The 5 buildings Vesper bought mark the points of the pentagram, and Gotham Tower stands right in the center. What on earth and that has to do with international terrorism, I can't begin to fathom. But mark my words, I'm going to find out. Wait, you don't know the nature of what we face. I too require answers to my question. But while the evil itself may be above, the energy that powers it is below. Hello, police. I want to report a gang at Gotham Cemetery. Teenagers, I think. No, they just seem to be shuffling around. Don't know what, and call it the blackout, ma'am. The engineers are on it. I've been mugged at the corner of. They're trapped in the elevator. Any unit vicinity, but yeah, it's a whole bunch of going to a bunch of people. And why didn't we get Gordon there?
Yay!
This is sheer insanity. What can Vesper even hope to gain from this? Prepare, for the dead shall join with the living, and me striding at your head. We will enter the glorious blood-bought gateway to hell. But what's he talking about? What's he talking about? Search me. Show gratitude, you worm. Get praise, for soon your soul shall belong to me, who is more evil than you can even begin to imagine. That's crazy talk. Crazy? And no, in fact, completely the opposite. I'm a creature of reason, of cold, clinical logic. Vesper! How quaint. I might have guessed Gotham Pet Protector would show up. My eyes. Join the party, why don't you, Batman? I'm taking you in, Vesper. But first, you're going to tell me what this is all about. You blacked out the city. You blew those buildings. It's more than likely you killed Virgil Dare. Why, Vesper? Why the pseudo-occult terrorism? Who's behind it? Who's paying for it? I've been damned a long time. Answer! I've been damned a long time. Your turn is coming. Sloppy. Shouldn't sign your work before you finish. And what's this? No. For pity's sake, no. A gateway to hell. A road paved with best intentions. The pitiable fate of every man I've ever killed. Demons from the dark side. A hate so great that love is less than nothing. Why resist? Give in. Make it easy. And just let myself be sucked into the place where all the nightmares start. I was only a man. Not my fault I'm not up to the task. My heart grows cold. None of it matters. And then she screams. And I remember what love was, what love is, and the spell is broken. A distant echo in my head. None of it matters, but it does. That's the difference between me and them. It does matter. And that makes the price worth paying. You maniac! I don't know where you've been the past 6 years, but you'll be spending the next 60 in Arkham Asylum. I don't think you quite appreciate, Batman, the gravity of your situation. Surprise? I'm not the physical weakling you know. I'm more. Much more. Exactly how much more, I'll show you once we can spend a little time together in hell. You people, stop. Don't listen to him. The place is on fire. Get out. Out on. Mortal worms, your fate is cast. One way or another, you are coming with me. You are needed in the armories of Satan. The Armageddon War is coming. You'll serve my dark master, or by his obscene grace, you'll be served up to him. Roar! By his unholy bones. What? It's over. You'll go back to your unholy and blot hole alone. My Spawn, you've come at last. As you were expecting me? Of course. Why else do you think I hired you 6 years ago? 100,000 souls may be enough for an ordinary demon, but I like a little bonus. You hired me to kill yourself? It doesn't make sense. You're confusing the clothes with the man, Spawn. Vesper is a shell I'm wearing. Behold, the arch-fiend in exile. He who waited but waits no longer. The demon Croatoan. Shall we dance? Croatoan sees the future, Spawn. I saw you coming to Earth. I saw my chance to make you mine. Yes, I hired the Mafia to hire you to murder Vesper. A blood sacrifice to stain the gateway site. My agent took the body and hid it till I would need it again. When the tower was complete. You're saying all this plot was to capture me? Don't flatter yourself. I'm doing it because 100,000 souls will descend this night into the abyss. You are merely an welcome extra. An after-dinner mint at the banquet of hell. Even now, an army of living dead arises, prepared to slaughter every mortal within the bounds of my profane symbol, just as they did 400 years ago. Laugh, Spawn. Be damned in your joy. No, Croatoan, I spoiled your pentagram. You may be stronger than me, but you learn fast, young Spawn. But I have the experience of centuries. The pentagram was only needed to open the gate, not to keep it open. You be damned by joy. The only ace I had. My willpower alone is enough to animate that shambling army, to guide them to their fleshy targets, to take us all to hell together. And for that, I can possess the dead. I can only absorb the living. Why don't you join me, Spawn, if you pardon the expression? Ah, the pain! Can't fight. Losing it. There's a word I need. It clutches at my throat, like I don't know how to say it. Help. He's in trouble. Percussion caps. I need it. The chance I need it. The only chance. I pour it out. The hate. The lust for revenge. And I remember her face. and it's love that finally tears him apart. Essence a monster, too drained to chase it. Don't know if I could catch it anyway. Don't know what I'd do if I could. There's a sound like the cries of tortured babies, and the gateway to hell slams closed. Fire! The fire's spreading fast! Are you all right? One moment. It's not quite over. They've died once already. Let that be enough. What happened in there? Something evil. If you need a name, call it terrorism of the soul. You did that to the lights? A small smile in a grim world, it seemed apt. You know the darkness, Batman. What is it that makes one man good, the next man evil? That's beyond me. But somebody once said, good and evil are not determined by the intercourse of people with one another, but entirely by a man's relations with himself. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a city that needs me. A city, invisible souls lost in numbers. And he gives, yet asks for nothing. A man who knows what his real face is and wears it with no apology. The kind of man I'll be. So what'd you think of that one?
Nice.
Was it better?
Maybe a little bit.
I'd say the story was better.
Yeah, I want to say
The
the story
artwork.
was better.
How can you top McFarlane?
Higher.
Right? But I thought the villain was definitely better.
Yes.
I mean, it was still the same old, just one, like he was a demon at least, though, so it made sense. But like I say, Batman's involvement was superfluous.
I agree.
It was mostly him just giving him an opening, and that was it.
Yes.
Kind of weak, if you ask me.
Totally same. Samesies, bro.
Well, we got one more. The one written by McFarlane, drawn by Greg Capullo.
Yay! I love Greg Capullo.
I found out that it's been our whole life, and I found out it's been our whole lives. That's how long it's been. How long we've been fighting. Neither of us able to remember a day we weren't battling over something. Didn't matter that we existed in completely different worlds, living completely different lifestyles. Our priorities were the same: to fight and protect those we care about, or so we thought. Because one person we loved most, the one who shaped us the most, we couldn't save them because we weren't there when they needed us most. We abandoned them that night, the night of June 26th. The night we turned into monsters. I dealt with depression for a long time, then anger. Then I decided to do something about it. It's why I went into the void, the black abyss where heaven and hell intersect, where the dead zones were created, the place where every soul for a heartbeat passed through. A portal, if it could be unlocked, might allow me to. This is Spawn. Might allow me to retrieve my wife's remains. So I tried. God knows I tried. But in the darkness, a voice told me the power needed to unlock it had been given to another, a monster that looked like me, covered in a black symbiote, so powerful it cloaked his entire being, even his battle cape, the one they call the Black Beast.
I would have thought it was Batman too.
To get to him, I was told I'd have to get past those that constantly surround him. They wanted no one near him but themselves. But that same voice, the one from the void, said he could send me directly to the Black Beast, but only for a night, and only because I had a soul. If I could get the beast to unlock the portal, it would also unlock Wanda's soul. I should have known better. But I was too blind to accept the truths I didn't want to see. Then I spent time with the beast, inside his cave where he revealed himself, and I cursed myself for what nearly happened that day. We have a mission to do. Not today. You and the Scorch can handle it. And I woke up that day with a knot in my stomach, a reminder of what I had lost, wanting to feel her somehow, but I didn't. Not in the alleys or in the green. By the time I decided desperately to venture into the void, most of the day had slipped away. 4 hours. It's all that remains tonight to have any impact from the events of that tragic night. Bruce Wayne has dealt with its fallout ever since, and the void he's felt from losing the woman who meant the most to him. Trouble sleeping again, sir? You know what today is? I do, sadly. And I've always had a disdain for this anniversary. Can't imagine what you're going through. I'm fine. I'm sure and though it's the same answer you give every time I ask about events in your life. I know. I don't know why. A familiar soft glow bathes the two men. No, not tonight. It's every night, Alfred. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Evil doesn't pause because of what we want or give a damn what today is. The best way to honor them is to do our jobs. Your mother would be so proud. Get my suit. It's time for me to go scare them again. Commissioner Gordon conveys the cryptic messages he's been receiving all night. Messages leading to the same alley where Batman was first born. He knows this isn't coincidence. As he ventures deeper into the maze of shadows, he's confused. He thought he knew every square inch of Gotham, especially the alley, where he's standing should exist. A glint of light catches his eye. It can't be. It's a pearl. 4.5
I was going to
hours
say
ago.
it's a perv.
Good. I'm glad you recognize it. In fact, you've always wondered what happened to your mom's pearls, haven't you? You didn't know what was hidden in one of them, did you? Neither did your mother. Your dad did. He thought he was being so clever. She wouldn't have worn them that night. We needed them back. Too bad she had to die. He lunges at the target, but like a ghost, the stranger vanishes, instantly reappearing behind him. Here, take them back. See if they'll ease your pain. But you're not the only monster we created that night. Batman's path explodes as the necklace snaps. As the enemy morphs into its natural form, a whisper escapes. Happy anniversary to both of you. The next sound thunders like a sonic boom. For a single heartbeat, a flash of green light blinks before everything is covered in the crimson color of blood. One of their monsters has arrived and is enraged, with power and more fit to tackling someone invulnerable like Superman. You've got something I need, demon. Batman does all he can to survive, but that might not be enough. Batman hears his cartilage pop, his tendons tear as each blow lands. Then it stops. All of it just stops, like something shuts Spawn's power down. That something is a dead zone, hidden space where warriors from heaven and hell are rendered useless, while Batman remains unchanged. You're human. He is, but now his opponent is too, which allows Batman a chance to finally fight back. And though his body screams, Batman delivers the same savage he just endured. As the minutes pass, these heavyweight battles battle seesaws back and forth, neither able to gain an advantage, just as it should be. This is playing out exactly the way the Court of Owls intended. They've wanted to kill Bruce Wayne for years. This new recruit, given time, could ultimately deliver them that goal. But time is not a luxury any of them have. For centuries, Gotham has served the cloak and shadows of the Court of Owls. With an insatiable power and a need for power, these shadow players would do anything to quench that thirst. Killing Bruce Wayne being one small sip. But some court members believe Batman should instead be their salvation, their leader. Tonight will determine who is right. Batman sends his foe flying out of the dead zone. Come get me. No. Batman understands now that he holds the advantage. You come to my side instead. Spawn won't. He knows he'll lose his power again. You've trapped yourself. You'll have to step outside at some point. Don't you cower. Not tonight. Not on the same day you killed her. Who died on the 26th? Martha? Wanda! That was her name. They say you're holding her soul. I want it back. We're being watched. Why haven't I seen you before or heard about you? I said I want my wife's soul. You've been tricked. We both have. Prove it. He steps forward. There. Kill me if you want. Otherwise, we need to talk. Mere miles away. He's late for his meeting. It's not how he likes to start things. Not when consequential decisions need to be made. Is everyone here? Yes, sir. There you all are. Apologies for my tardiness. Had to deal with a few delicate matters. So let's get down to business then, shall we? Now, who wants to go first? Would you like a status update? Let's cut to the chase. Is Batman dead? We can talk about other details later. Seconds tick away. Am I to assume from your silence that he is not? Which would be another abject failure on our part, as we try to reclaim Gotham in its entirety. I thought I'd been given assurance. You were. It's why we send agents into the darkness. As a backup, they've recruited a Hellspawn. Well, I've got plans of my own. They include our newest assassins. If you want to succeed, it has to happen tonight. And how would you do that? By exploiting their weaknesses, which we've already begun. Each had a woman they once loved. That'll be their downfall. Let's prepare. Cold darkness fills the room. If we are to rule, we must act now, regardless of what the other courts may say. Batman's died tonight, and with him, his soul. They're playing with in reality if they believe your wife and my parents died not only on the same day, but at the same moment, meaning they're capable of shifting in time frames. That's nothing new. A court exists in every dimension. You've got your court of owls, while I've been dealing with my court of priests. They've been around for centuries. Master Bruce, I fixed you something. Your army includes a butler. Your army includes a butler. I trust him with my life, along with my whole family of bats I've gone into battle with, and they haven't lost yet. Let me guess. They're humans too? Well, my army's slightly different from yours. Being human isn't sustainable. Not against my enemies. You've no idea what exists on my side. They're all monsters. And if they find a pathway here, I don't care how good you are, they'll wipe you out. I like being human. So did I. But they'll take that from you, then turn you into a monster. This is what your future looks like. See what I mean about the shoelace?
Yes.
That's from the Batarang.
Yes.
But you know how I've survived by being worse than them. There are others with powers. Ooh, Superman, the one you call the Man of Steel. In my future, he doesn't survive. They killed him first because they weren't scared of him. They're afraid of Batman, not like they should be. Like, you think having powers is all it takes? I'd have been dead years ago if that were true. I get it. I know how they trained you to sink from the neck down. That's how you survive. I tried that too for a while. Nearly got me killed a dozen times. Now I use what's above my neck, my brain. As big and powerful as my enemies may be, each has their weaknesses. I find that, exploit it, and scare the crap out of them while doing so. Just like we'll do tonight. Don't wait up for me, Alfred. Very good, sir. The heroes gather information. Batman doing it his way, Spawn brutally doing it his. What take you so long? Such you never get here. Let me guess. You're looking for owls. So am I. Because they're messing with the natural balance of things. And you know how I hate when things aren't normal. Who's your friend behind your bats? It's a shame he's all red. Won't be able to see your blood. I splattered all over him. And they said you're working with the owls. Well, they're wrong. But I forgive you. Doesn't mean we can't be friends, though. Because I hear you and I have a lot in common, Spawny. As I said, I like when things aren't balanced. Stop your stupid games. Then you need to clean your ears. Your rats didn't say Joker. They said Joker, as in Joseph. You weren't listening. And the truth is, I want the owls to strike too. They're encroaching at my town. So tonight, I'll scratch your back. You scratch their eyes out. Just keep this bad dude alive. I got my own plan for him someday. They're pigs, Batman. Don't cast pearls before the swines. The Joker gives them new information. After the heroes leave, they've got no idea, my pets, what's waiting for them after the hours. But I promise you, your bastard and I won't be clowning around. Meaning, one of the other Spawn villains, the clown guy, Violator. Unaware, more ominous threats may await either heroes should they survive tonight. Each instead is focused on their newfound enemies, who seem capable of moving between dimensional realms. And since neither fully trusts the other, each has drawn up his own battle plan for how tonight will end. With Batman curiously prepping by asking Spawn a strange set of questions. Your wife, Wanda, what was her maiden name? What? Her last name before you were married. What was it? She never changed her name. Fine, just tell me her name. Blake. Her name was Wanda Blank. You hear me call that name? Be ready. For what? Just be ready. Yeah. You come seeking a treasure, one lost for 2 decades. In its recent discovery, rekindled the hopes of some rogue Alice that will soon be able to control a portal to the cosmos. Less than 90 minutes remain to make that happen. A gleam of light catches his eye. Finally, in a hidden cave, our Dark Knight detective is building a specific weapon, MS smoke grenade, for a very specific purpose. Your partner has nearly ruined everything. If they kill Batman, the war is over and we lose. We can't let that happen. Agreed. Did you find a device? Time's running out. We need Batman to open that portal. He's the only one who can do that. Yes, right where you said it should be. Then find Batman. If things don't go in our way, you're free to kill him. He's of no value after tonight. When he learns he can save his mother, he'll open the portal. Spawn's just a trigger. When silence fills the room, then I've taken your boss and boss. You want him or Batman? Then come and find us if you can. No! The outskirts of Gotham, and anger grows grows in Batman. He suppresses it. He needs to use his brain now, not give in to emotion, not be like Spawn. I'm in position. Engage. Roger that. The chemicals will knock out those that Batman need. Our hero has 12 minutes left. It'll take 18 for police to arrive. Hopefully it'll be over by then. Interesting choice of dead zone you picked. But they all work the same. So you're going to do exactly what I tell you. You know why? Because we made you. The day your mom died, that's when we created you. Without us, there is no Batman. Those words echo as floodlights turn on, revealing the courtyard of Arkham Asylum. Let him be. Or what? You're afraid I can tell. If not, step aside the zone. I dare you. Tough talk, but you need what he's holding. You need that pearl. So you come to me. And the inmates watch the gladiators and below go wild. It wasn't an accident when an asylum was built on the site. Someone knew a dead zone was there, a place where criminal powers would be dampened. Now many of its inmates, most put there by Batman, have taken a keen interest in the outcome of this battle. As for Spawn, his necro energy won't work. This is my world. Your powers don't work the same here. So let's make this a fair fight. His weapon gets discharged. You see this in Batman? You see my power? I can use them and can help you see your mother, help you save her soul. But he's forgetting about another soul, that of Spawn's dead wife. And Spawn will be fighting with everything he has to save hers too. Tired, Spawn allows himself a moment's respite, but another enemy lurks. But the Batman is an owl's natural enemy. You took too long. Now I can't return home. It's over. He's wrong. There's still 4 minutes. Panic, the owl strikes out randomly, losing track of what he's done, but Spawn hasn't. You got one shot left. It better be a kill shot. Cut the lights. What? The lights. Cut them. The remote button is pressed by Batman. Everything goes dark, but owl eyes are made for the dark. Panic. What the heck? 3 minutes left. Your mother would be so disappointed. Shrink! Al, what have you done? I bought you time. Spawn parades his kill around the yard for all to see. And as word spreads of what Batman just did, he knows it will have the effect he was seeking as he hides back in the shadow. Now they'll fear you. Because now they think if they push you too far, you might just kill them. They'll all think twice before coming after you. And you just might survive a little longer. I didn't need your damn help. Not like that. A piece of crimson flows, causing Spawn to once again become merely human. 2 minutes. Last chance, Batman. You help open the portal, or I slit Simmons' throat, then break his neck. Go ahead, do it. I don't care. He just killed a man. But when you do, I release this button, and this entire asylum shuts down. Every cell in here will open. You'll never take over Gotham. You know why? It won't be Superman or Flash who stops you. It'll be them. The villains. What about you? They'll tear you apart. Maybe, but not at first. They may hate me, but there's one thing they hate more. That's anyone who helped make me. You just told everyone that was you. They'll hunt you down and do what they like most. That's hurting people. You'll spend the next decades fighting them. There's dozens of them. You're bluffing. Then kill Simmons. And while you're at it, kill me too. So I'll release this button. And who will save your mom's soul? No one. Bruce spies Spawn outside the zone. Hers was taken long ago, like Wanda's, like Simmons. That's why you needed me, isn't it? My soul's still intact. That's what you were so desperate for. My humanity. The one weapon all of you lost long ago. He utters the words. Blake and Blake. Spawn's cape opens, then swallows its victim whole. Batman had hoped Spawn would take something with him before disappearing forever. Searching, he finally finds a device. It's cracked. He wonders if that matters. Epilogue. Wanda stares at the signal. She doesn't know what it means. In another universe, I'm glad you came in today. I'm Father Kilgore, and you are Martha. Somewhere in the void. Excellent. Everything is working exactly as planned. And now the next move is mine. So it ends on a cliffhanger that's never going to get resolved.
But why?
I don't know. But how was that? How was all three of those?
Oh, they were both good in their own way. One better with art, one better with story.
And this was more the middle ground, if not for the cliffhanger.
Yeah. What the frick? Why would they do that, man?
Would you agree this was the best one, probably?
I want to say yes.
Again, if not for the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So what would you rank each of them?
Okay, I would rank the Todd McFarlane one a 7.
Wait a minute. Todd drawn or Todd writing?
He was the writer in the first one, right?
He was the writer in this one and the artist on the first one.
Oh, shoot. I got those confused. Okay, so Frank Miller wrote
Todd
the first
and
one.
Frank, and then you have Todd and Greg.
Okay, so the first one by Frank Miller, Todd Habercorn with art. I would rank that one probably number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go. So it goes 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
That's what I figured. But it definitely, I thought, yeah, the second one had the strongest story, but just the artwork brings it down. Nothing against Klaus Janson, but it was just way too scratchy. Would you agree with that?
I can't agree with that for personal taste, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Capullo's artwork was the best out of all of them because McFarlane in the first one, it's great McFarlane work, but it's the early Todd McFarlane at Image where it's way too rough or way too, the color, way too dark is more what I mean.
Yes.
This one had a much better balance.
Capullo has a good balance.
Exactly, especially with the coloring.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and we were able to get through all 3 of these, and these were a good trilogy in a way.
Yes, I agree.
But I would say though, this whole bit of Spawn killing the guy, like we still don't know this guy's motivation other than he wanted to get back home.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Spawn killed the guy to make a case. Like this, everything kind of gets muddied.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, so and then yeah, we end with Wanda and Martha alive again somehow.
Yeah, I didn't.
But they're in the opposite worlds.
If only we had something to understand. Maybe a sequel or continuation.
Maybe one day, but that's up to Greg to come back.
Turtles.
Yeah, so that was the Batman Spawn trilogy. Thank you all for joining us on this, and we'll be seeing you all on the next one. And hopefully Bianca will be on another one much sooner.
See
See ya.
you.